And this tweet writes, for the first time in Lions history, the team has rushed for 100 yards and held opponents under 100 yards rushing in each of the first 5 games of the season. This is the first time a team has done so in NFL history since 2007.
Woo. Woo.
You know what that means? Dominating at the line of scrimmage. That's what that means. A vision that Brad Holmes had when he first arrived here in Detroit, drafting Penei Sewell with that first-round pick. Now, this is an interesting stat, Sam, because why it's so significant is this is something you see with the top dogs in the NFL. The Philadelphia Eagles can control the line of scrimmage with their offensive line and their defensive line. That's how they win football games. Everything starts up front, and that's, I think, what dictates a lot of football games. The 49ers, what they did against the Dallas Cowboys, they dominated them at the line of scrimmage. I don't think there's any team in the NFL and there's only a couple, in my opinion, that can do what the Lions are doing. And I would say 49ers, Eagles, Chiefs have a good defensive line and offensive line. I'd put them there. Dallas, usually, but they didn't do it against 49ers.
Their line is old. And
a couple years ago, their offensive line could have been. There's only I can name on one hand, guys, teams in the NFL that can do that. And that's another confirmation to me on why the line. This is real. It's not fugazi. The way they win football games. When I say that, the way they're winning, this is what I'm talking about. It's not like it's last year where you win a lot of one-score games for the Minnesota Vikings and you have this negative point differential and things seem fraudulent. I'm talking dominating at the line of scrimmage. Now, the other part of that is who have they really faced offensive line-wise. I get that. But still, you got to play who's in front of you, Sam, and they've been moving everybody out the way, no matter who they play. And I think that's impressive.
Oh yeah, 100%. Here's what this stat kind of tells me, and especially when you look at how the Lions are doing, and when you look at it versus the rest of the league, including the rest of the NFC. The old formula, even though it's more of a passing league now than it's ever been, if you run the football and stop the run effectively, you're going to win games. It's not the end-all be-all or anything, but isn't your offense a lot easier to run when you're like in 2nd and 6 or 2nd and 5, getting a 4 or 5 yard run on 1st and 10 versus maybe being in defense, getting a tackle for loss, stopping a 1st and 10 for no gain, and the opponents being in 2nd and 10. And when you run the ball effectively, you can control the time of possession, you can get ahead, you can force the other team to be one-dimensional. It is still a formula that works, especially to some extent. And the Lions, it's very, very impressive too. It shows their consistency. It shows that almost pretty much every single game you can guarantee that the Lions are going to get 100 yards rushing. That is huge.